What is going on, guys? How is it going today? Happy Monday, everybody. Now, before I get the slack for it in the live chat, yes, we were not live on Friday. So actually, Friday was the first time I went back to the office for my actual job in about a year and a half. So super exciting to see that, my home office. So that is why I was not here. But welcome, everybody, in the live chat today. Now, before anything even happens, you might notice here that I've got 4 volatile orbs that are not selling off. Now, I just recorded the overnight flipping guide for you guys, which should be out this Friday. But because of that, we actually had a flip go wrong, and I have to bag hold some of these volatile orbs. So anyway, we have that on the list there, and you'll learn more about that in the overnight flipping guide. I don't love how it came out, but at the same time, you guys have been waiting for an overnight flipping guide for so freaking long that this one I'm going to release regardless of what I personally think about it. OSRS flipping is broken, says Ben. It's definitely a little bit more different than it used to be, but welcome, everybody. And let's get into it today. We've got 1.6 mil in the cash stack today. And I just actually need to pull something up in the meantime here. Just give me 1 second. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. I know I am. Thank you guys for the likes so far. Do appreciate it. And let me know if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping in old school RuneScape. We'll definitely be sure to get that answered for you. And let's get into it here in just a second. Again, pulling up my flipping list right now. We have Hey HM with the heart. Thank you, man. Do appreciate it. Welcome to the live stream today, by the way. Hopefully you're doing well. And we're still okay. We're all good to go here. Interesting. Keith Raleigh saying hello from the Isle of Man. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Keith, dude. It's good to see you back in the chat as well. Now, there probably will be a lot of questions about the volatile orb today, and that's completely fine. I do expect that. Again, it's going to relate to the overnight flipping video, which I do expect to come out this Friday. So, plenty more on that to come. Now, I do have the Twisted Bow that's showing about a 560k margin. I'm not too crazy about that right now. I actually want to see if we can hunt something that's just a little bit more pricey. And we're actually going to try and do the Elysian Spirit Shield. I think the Elysian Spirit Shield will probably continue up in price here. But again, I do want a good deal on it, so we're going to try to get it undervalued here, and maybe we can see if we get lucky and buy one. I'm actually going to pull up the graph on GE Tracker on the side. And just to make sure we're tracking this correctly, and we're actually not going to get in at a bad time on this Elysian Spirit Shield. Now, I definitely know there has been hype on the Elysian. I think what happened was the price on it just dumped a lot, so people are considering getting back in at a cheaper price. And considering that the Elysian has been such a powerful weapon for so long, I'm actually not surprised to see people buying back into it, right? It's one of those items that is basically essential for the Inferno, but I think there are some people are kind of, you know, questioning the meta a little bit behind how the future of old school RuneScape is going to look like with the Summer Fest or whatever they had. What was that? Whatever that was called. The Summer Summit, I think it was called. And they talked about Raids 3 and all the update potential there. And I do plan on doing a video on my thoughts on Raids 3 and how I think it's going to affect the meta and affect the economy. So you guys can look forward to that at some point here in the future. Now, we do have a bunch of items here listed and ready to go. I do want to try and flip the Twisted Bow today, but it's not showing the best of margins. I'm going to give it a run anyway, see if we can actually get one, but it's going to cost a lot of our money to actually do so. So we do need to be careful about that and actually watch that, and we just will monitor that very, very closely. And look at that, 2 flips today using all of our cash, basically 74 mil left in the stack. We'll check a couple other things just to see if we can get any easy flips in and out of the way, but I don't expect it to be too easy with the 74 mil stack. We're going to have to focus on some higher volume stuff. So going back to the roots here today, which I'm always happy about. Now, we'll go ahead and list the limit of those. It's going to run us about 17 mil. We're also going to do the Dragon Knives as well. Now, I think these will take a little bit longer to flip than the Dragon Darts, but the Dragon Knives are actually a really good overnight item if you guys have ever looked at it. Because there's not as many traded as you would actually think. I mean, there are a lot traded, don't get me wrong, and there's actually a decent amount of competition on them, but over a longer time frame, you're actually able to flip them quite easily, so that's why I'd like to do them overnight. Gives you a lot of that time premium. It makes it a lot easier. We're also going to do the Blighted Super Restore Potions as well. We'll get a couple of these, and we'll just leave it at that for the high volume stuff. We'll have to keep a close eye on most of this. and we'll let that do their thing. We have Jay Hefner popping into the chat. So good to see you, man. He says, Cyronomics, a little bit of a mix of the names there. He says, good to see you, man. How have you been? I've been doing amazing, Jay. Thank you for stopping by and tuning in today. My tan is basically gone, isn't it, guys? Who was here? Was anyone here last stream? They probably saw me a little bit more tan. Thulani says, yo, how's it going? It is going so well, man. Thank you for stopping by today. Hopefully you're having a good time. Be sure to follow us if you are, because I know you are over on Twitch. So good to see you there. Rapiers are good to flip now. The JCP World, good to see you again as well. We'll give them a look here in a couple of minutes. I don't see an amazing margin on them, so maybe I'm just missing out on something, but we'll keep that in mind here. A bunch of decent stuff here, nothing too crazy. I'm not that excited about the Twisted Bow, but we'll see if we can actually flip one today. We also have Alharith saying, yo, what's up? Good to see you, Alharith. Thank you for tuning in today. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream right now, be sure to drop a like, and let's keep crushing it today. Now, like I said earlier in the stream, I did record that overnight flipping guide for you guys. Now, I don't love the results that came out of the overnight flipping guide, to be quite honest, but it is a really good example of how I analyze items, and I think it's really good to show that methodology for you guys. So we're gonna have that video out hopefully Friday, and then I've got a whole entire separate video that's gonna come out about how to analyze item prices. So that's gonna be looking into more depth on GE Tracker, trying to figure out the best places to buy and sell using GE Tracker and actually analyzing those graphs. So hopefully that's going to be interesting for a lot of you. It's more of like an advanced technique that you only start to do when you're overnight flipping or flipping over a longer time frame. So I hope it doesn't go over a lot of your guys' heads. I know we do have a lot of beginners in the chat on the channel that are trying to learn more about flipping. But what makes me even more excited, guys, is we are coming up on 5,000 subscribers. Let me know in the live chat right now, what should be the 5,000 subscriber celebration? What should we do for that? Maybe we'll do a little bit of a flipping marathon, maybe like a 6-hour flipping marathon, maybe with a couple drinks. I know you guys always like those streams. So that's my thought. Let me know if you guys have any other thoughts for what we can do for 5,000 subscribers. That is crazy. I can't believe it. And we're about to blow through that 5K mark. So thank you guys for all of the support. Now, we have the blood runes that are buying in really quick right now. You'll notice that we cracked into a lot of the high volume stuff today with that leftover GP that we had. So I'm actually trying to flip a few of these, see if it's going to work out. We have Gleevac giving us a wave in the chat. Good to see you, Gleevac. Thank you for tuning in today. Something totally different, day in the life. I don't think I'm going to do a day in the life. It's pretty boring, my life, honestly. But 5K subs definitely deserved. Thank you, Jay. I do appreciate that. I don't know if we'll do anything too out of the ordinary on that, but I guess I can keep that in mind. We're actually going to peel off the Twisted Bow here. I do see a good margin on the Senguesti staff. I do want to actually try to execute on that as quickly as possible to capitalize on those margins, right? So we're going to go in aggressive on the Senguestis, just hope for the best, and YOLO, guys. We're YOLOing. We had a volatile orb flip that is not really going in our direction. I actually do want to look at the price right now to see what we're actually down by. Yeah, it does look like it might be hitting a slight bottom here, but definitely not confirmed at all. We basically bought in at like 153.5 mil, and they're currently trading for about 152 mil flat. So currently down about 1.5 mil each, which is not really too great. But they were for the overnight flipping video, which is definitely a decent video as far as analysis goes. Not as decent as far as profit goes, but still a good example. Sitting back and kicking back, flipping some items today, guys, doing our best to make a little bit of money today. I do think that the GP per hour will be a little bit off today because I did have the RuneLight client open before with some overnight stuff that was still filling out, right? So it might not be extremely accurate, but we'll do our best to keep that on track. Now, the sale door is still showing a pretty good margin here. I did see some uptrending on the sale door from last night, and I'm actually seeing it hold above 170 mil for the past maybe 6 hours or so. So I don't know if I want to try and flip some of those here. They might be coming back down, but it doesn't really seem like it, and it might be a good opportunity for us to flip some. The only thing I'm concerned about for flipping the sale door is it does take kind of a long time to trade those. So maybe it will not be the most ideal item for us to do. trying to look for something else that's going to be able to make us a little bit of money, and that's going to be the Dragon Hunter crossbow. Currently seeing a decent margin on the Dragon Hunter crossbow. It's actually over 100k, so I want to see if I can hit that here in the short term, and maybe we can make a little bit of money on those. Let's go in and list a couple of these and see how they do. We'll go in with 7. We can't do 7. I think we can do 5. Okay, we got 5 going there. Our high volume stuff is working out pretty well. We're actually getting those blood runes off too, which is surprising to see. Now, if you noticed in my 50 mil flipping guide that I released like last week, you'll see that I did a lot of high volume stuff in there, and we actually made a decent amount of money doing specifically high volume. So I don't think sleeping on high volume is really the correct thing to do. I still think it's a great way to make money in RuneScape, high volume flipping that is, but you have to find those more obscure high volume flips, right? You can't just go and trade anything, any high volume item and expect to make money. Some more of those like obscure things, right? Like Amethyst Crystal, Dragon Dart tips, things that are like maybe not sought out super often, you know, anti-fire potions, things like that. They're a little bit off meta. They're going to make you a lot more money with a lot less competition. So keep that in mind if you are flipping high volume. You're not exactly targeting the highest volume items. Alharith says, be sure to drop a like. Of course, guys, if you are enjoying, drop a like. And we also have a Discord group dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. So if you are curious to learn a little bit more about flipping, be sure to join us with the link in the description below, both on Twitch and YouTube. You can find the link right below, guys. So do appreciate you guys hopping in there, saying what's up. We're almost at 2,500 members, I think. So really good growth in the Discord as well. Thank you to everyone who's been in there. My throat, you can tell like I'm losing my voice a lot, so please bear with me as much as possible. Now, I am seeing a decent margin on the Imbued Hearts, but I freaking hate the Imbued Hearts, okay? Because the Imbued Hearts have screwed me every time I've tried to flip them since the real-time prices came out. So I don't want to flip them just out of spite. Anyway, we will go ahead and try to flip some other stuff here, though. The Basilisk Jaws don't look terrible, but we can only flip one at a time, so I'm not really too crazy about that specifically. We are seeing about a 60k margin on the Dragon Warhammers. Probably not going to touch those. It's a little bit too small for me. And no luck on the Dragon Hunter crossbows yet. We'll let those sit for a little bit longer. Try to follow the price on those. They actually did shift up in margin, so maybe we go ahead and relist these Dragon Hunter crossbows here. They are looking like they are going up pretty aggressively, so we do want to get in as quickly as we can on those without rushing into the flip, of course. So we'll go back and list another 4 of those, see what we can do. Maybe 5. Maybe we'll get 5 going. We still have 27 mil left in the stack. Let's do the Dragon Throne Axe, maybe. Let's try and do a few of these. We'll get to the live chat in a second, guys. Give me a minute. Perfect margin on those. Very happy with that. Anyway. Wow, welcome everybody to the stream today. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We have Thulani. He says, what's the best items to start on for a beginner? Thulani, we have a complete beginner's guide to flipping on my channel. I highly recommend you go check that out. But since you are here in the live stream, I'll give you some easy items to start with. Blood runes, law runes, death runes, nature runes. Super easy to trade. Very high volume items. Zulrah scales is another one. Those are really simple to flip. Sharks, monkfish, mana rays. Now those are extremely high volume, so the competition will be very high. And the margins will be a little bit smaller, but they're going to be very consistent and very fast flips. So I do recommend trying out some of those. We have Kluska popping into the chat. Good to see you, Kluska. He says, hey, Scape, do you like what you see with some of the stability in items like the Scythe and the Twisted Bow? I personally think the Twisted Bow could potentially be a little bit questionable, but I do have a lot more confidence in the Scythe. And the reason that is percentage-wise, the Scythe has fallen way farther than the Twisted Bow. And I have seen some good stability on the Scythe. I think that over the next couple month time frame, the Scythe will drastically go up in price as the Raids 3 comes to fruition. Keep in mind, though, Jagex is not very likely to release Raids 3 on time, considering their track record, right? So I do see a really good market in the future for us. I do think Raids 3 will actually flip the market around as time goes on, but I can't be the keep in mind, who knows how fast it's going to happen. You know, I do think things are going to start upstarting, but who knows how aggressively. So if you buy a Scythe now, you could be holding on to it for months and months and months until you see the significant returns that you might want. So keep that in mind. Personally, I'm going to keep an eye on that Scythe because I think it's a decent investment. Nev Kier says, hey there, guys and gals. Good to see you, Nev. We also have Floor Tile saying, my dude, it's been so long. Good to see you, Floor Tile. Thank you for popping in today. We definitely need to update the price on these Senguesti stabs. What do you guys think? We're definitely stale on those. I can't even find it on my flipping list now. Okay, I think we're just going to cancel out of that. I don't think the margin's really there anymore. So 473 mil, which should be enough to flip the Scythe if we want to give that a run. But currently, the Scythe is not really looking at an optimal price for us. Now, I do see another good item we can do, though, and that is the Spectral Spirit Shield. We're going to go ahead and flip a few of the Spectral Spirit Shields here. I hope these go our way. This is kind of a risky one. Hold on. There we go. That's right. Okay. We're going in fat, though. We're going in for 7 of them. Best of luck. Gleevac says, are you excited for the end of summer dumps? So much GP to be made. The market's already looking in a very bad situation, so I would actually be surprised if we dumped further than we are now. I do expect things to actually remain relatively stable, considering the update horizon with Raids 3 kind of hyping things up. So, anyway. Amulet of Torture has a decent margin. We'll keep an eye on it. Just my thoughts, Gleevac. I mean, I could be completely wrong. You know, a lot of people might have different opinions than me. You know, obviously people are going to leave for school, probably won't play RuneScape as much, might sell some items back. But I do think the demand is actually there to counteract this. Complete guess, though. This is a complete guess. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the stream today, please drop a like. Also, drop 1 like for 1 prayer for my voice, because it is going to be completely shot tomorrow. So I really would recommend not doing commentary aggressively when you are losing your voice, because that stuff will destroy your voice, and it will go away for a long time, okay? It doesn't like to come back. Now, we're keeping an eye close on the Elysian Spirit Shield. The only reason I want to flip one of these is because the margin looks really juicy right now. But keep in mind, we do have a lot of money locked up in there. 811 mil, when maybe we can flip the Scythe or the Twisted Bow for a smaller margin, but more frequently as we go forward here. I'm actually seeing a good margin on the Twisted Bow right now. It does make me want to swap over to that, so I think we actually are going to. I almost said, like, we're not going to swap, but I think it's the right move to honestly swap to a Twisted Bow. You guys know how that's consistent the Twisted Bow is for me and how much I like to flip it. So let's go ahead and flip one. We have XGN say, question, I desperately need a bond. I have no bank space and can only flip in free-to-play. What's the best things to flip? Free-to-play is going to be pretty tough to flip, but it's going to be all a high-volume game, man. So multiple accounts, high-volume flipping, and profitable alking is going to be the way to get out of free-to-play. So what I recommend doing is watching my guide on how to make 700K an hour in free-to-play. It's on my channel. It's still relevant. It's going to go over all the items you need to flip in free-to-play to make that amount of money, as well as a strategy you can use with alking to actually make you a good profit. Anyway, it's funny because we have people, like, these days, like, I've just put out so much content over time that, like, people come in here with questions, and I'm just like, yo, just go watch the video, man. Like, that video probably describes it way better than I can live. But, I mean, of course, if you have any questions about the video or anything like that, I'm happy to provide guidance on it. It's just, like, I don't want to sound like a broken record to most of my chat, you know? XGN says, I appreciate that. No problem, dude. Hopefully you're doing excellent today. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two here on this lovely flipping session we have, where we've only capped 22.5K in profit so far. How far are we in here? 18 minutes? Looking a little embarrassing, guys. Let's turn some of this stuff around here. We did get a Twisted Bow. Very happy to see that. Came in a little bit quicker than I did expect, but maybe the Twisted Bow is just hot right now, and we can actually go ahead and flip it around. We'll try to get it off for a good margin. Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? Scapenomics is cute, giving us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you. Do appreciate that. So, thank you for the follow. Do appreciate the name. I think it's quite funny. Scape, you're a legend. Don't forget it. Appreciate that, Kluska, man. we're doing our best here to bring you guys the best flipping guides here in old school RuneScape. So if you do enjoy the live stream, be sure to drop a like. Also, if you want to learn more about flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, be sure to join us with the link in the description below to our Discord group. We have a Discord group dedicated to making money in old school RuneScape. And honestly, we have so many members in there who crush it today. They even make more profits than I do a lot of the times, guys. So definitely can learn a thing or two from our other Discord members. Thank you guys for watching today. Let's crush it. Now, the blood runes are looking a little bit stale. We don't really want to hold on to the blood runes for too long. It's not really a problem if we do. They are likely to sell over a longer time frame, but I mean, honestly, having like 7.6 mil locked up in blood runes, we'll just take 1 GP less and walk away from that. It seems like the optimal strategy. Now, the margin on the Blighted Super Restores, I expect, has probably gone up. Let's take a look. I think that's about the same of where it was, but anyway, we'll go back and sell that. The Spectrals are coming in really quickly. We're just going to go in for a bunch of those and see what happens. We also need to keep in mind these Dragon Hunter crossbows. Now, you can see how active I have to be when I'm not flipping those huge items, right? Like how frequently I'm checking a lot of these margins. Not margins, but how consistently I'm following up on my items. Now, where did the Dragon Hunter crossbows go? Okay, here they are. Looks like the margin has come a little bit down on them. I don't really know if I want to cut back and sell them for that, but I guess I will. We'll keep a close eye on the Spectrals, too. That could be a risky one. And that Twisted Bow, too. Let's keep in mind. Might want to cut back on this too. Still looking good on the Twisted Bow though, guys. Don't worry. Oh my god. Rambling a little bit today. Anyway, how are you guys doing? It's been so freaking long since I've done these live streams, man. And we're only doing 2 streams a week these days because, again, I realized, like, I'm so close to 5K subs that I want to grind out some videos and then try to blast through 5K as hard as I can. And honestly, videos are really good for my growth. A lot of people discover the channel from the video content. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much in the short term that we will be focusing on some more videos. Yes, we will still do amazing live streams. And yes, we will have a legendary 5K subscriber celebration stream. I'm thinking we do maybe like a 3 to 6 hour flipping marathon, of course, with some drinks included, guys. I hope you guys don't miss that one, because honestly, the drinking streams, we have such a good time when we do those, man. And maybe we'll do like a little bit of a giveaway too. Now we're going to use this open slot to actually sell these Spectral shields back. I'm going to look for the margin on the Spectrals right now. Looking not as good as I was hoping. We're going to go a little bit greedy with these guys. I think we can actually make more money than it's currently being stated on the exchange. And the reason I think that is because I really doubt that the Spectral Spirit Shields right now are trading at this tight of a margin. So we're going to stretch it out just a little bit to see if we can make money. How's the audio sound, guys? Is it too loud, too quiet? The music, I feel like it might be a little too loud. Very good. Okay, I'll just leave it. So I heard while I was gone on my little hiatus from YouTube, I heard that the markets were really freaking good to make money. I mean, I heard a lot of people were making some bank. So let me know in the live chat if you actually were flipping a lot while I was gone. Were you able to make a lot of money? Let me know. Or, like, where are you in your flipping journey, I guess? How much money have you made flipping? What's your cash stack looking like? Let's get the chat going, guys. I'm always excited to hear about your own progress and, like, what your flipping goals are, because my channel is all about money making and flipping in old school RuneScape, so I'm very passionate about it, and getting you guys up to speed to make as much money as possible doing so. And let's see, we need to keep in mind that Twisted Bow is looking a little bit spooky, right? We haven't really had too many good flips today. Okay, the twisted bow margin's just slowly coming down. It keeps like listing right underneath where I'm listing. It's like someone's spying on my prices, man. Anyway, we'll go ahead and sell that back. That should sell relatively quick. Gleevac says, I'm new to your content, but I'm up about 5 bill in 2 years since coming back. Wow, amazing job, Gleevac. That's crazy, dude. Congrats. I've just been staking, so learning how to flip. Don't stake, man. No. The Grand Exchange will give you consistent profit over time, but staking will give you like immediate profit sometimes. Does that make sense? Flipping expensive items seems to be harder now, in my opinion. I actually disagree. I think flipping expensive items is actually easier than it used to be, and you can actually make more money doing so. Now, we haven't actually crushed a live stream since we've been back. It's actually taken me a little bit of flipping and like training to get back into the proper way to do it, because I kind of like forgot the way a little bit. Anyway. I put everything into the Crystal Bow update, and it paid off. That's what I like to freaking hear, man. So we're actually going to play the downside on this next flip on the Twisted Bow. We did flip one for 590k, which is pretty bad, actually. So we're going to try to get another one for underneath margin right now. I do see that margin tightening up, so I want to see if we can maybe capitalize on a cheaper price and see if that Twisted Bow comes in a downward direction to us. We have a lot of this crap just selling very slowly. And that's one of the problems with high volume stuff, is the competition on the high volume stuff these days is like super, super crazy. I think we sold for 8.8, right? Yeah, let's go a little bit lower on this next one. Try to get these off really quick. And the Dragon Knives aren't really working out as well. We'll take that money back, try to go into something a little bit higher volume. I mean, lower volume. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. We'll do these back for... Okay, that works. And we'll let that do its thing. Now, you can see that the Dragon Hunter crossbows are starting to sell. We'll keep a close eye on the Spectrals too, but none are buying for my buy price, so I'm not really too scared about them coming down in price on us. I could be wrong, but I'm not too scared about that. Keith says he has 110 mil cash stack, but also playing the game, so money invested in items and skills. Very nice. Haven't really flipped since he went away. Maybe coincidence. Hey, come back. The magic on the exchange is back. Everyone attack the Grand Exchange. It is an amazing place to make money. But you guys know that. I've showcased it many times here on the live stream, but today we are not crushing it, I'll tell you that. It's actually been a tough session so far. We're not making a lot of money at all. That's a little bit unfortunate because the last time on last stream, with the first stream back, I wasn't really making that much money either, so I want to see if maybe... Okay, I have all my GP. I just had to double check. We are bag holding 4 of the volatile orbs from the overnight flipping guide that I recorded, so you guys will learn more about that on Friday when that guide releases. But if you guys are enjoying this stream today, be sure to drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Also, we have a Discord group dedicated to flipping and money making. You can join us with the link in the description below. Enough of that. Let's keep flipping. So let me keep an eye on this Twisted Bow here. It does look like the Scythe of Vitur is actually sliding into a great margin right now, so maybe it might be time to rotate into the Scythe. Although the Scythe is basically at its like daily highs, so I actually don't think it's going to break through 467 mil, because it didn't yesterday and it didn't the day before that. So I really doubt it's going to get through there today, but could be wrong. I wonder if we should try to go for it. Yeah, let's do it. I really like the Scythe right now as a flip because it's so much cheaper than it usually is that, like, I could just afford to flip it pretty easily. So, anyway, we're going to go in and try to get one here. And let me check the price on that Spectral Spirit Shield. Oh my goodness. Tongue twister, man. Yeah, it is coming up in price slowly. Very, very slowly. Grazi Rapier, 200k margin. We'll try to cycle back into it after we clear up some of these slots here. Yeah, this is just not performing well. Let's just get out of this really quick. And then we still have a lot of money left, so maybe we can try to get those Grazis. Wow, really good margin on those Grazis. It almost seems like they're doing just really funky behavior. We'll go in for a couple. We'll do maybe 4 of them. Sounds about right. Gleevac says, right now, the big items seem really flat. I can make 6 to 8 mil on harms overnight, but only if I buy a few. Not really good stream session content, though. The problem with a lot of those, like, lower volume items is they just take so long to flip if you want to make a large margin on them. So we do a lot of, and that's another reason why, like, the live streams, I think, are not as exciting as they may have used to be, because there used to be, like, a lot of mystery when we flipped, right? People wouldn't really know what the real-time price was. We'd have to discover it. We'd have to guess where it is. And there's kind of that excitement factor to it. But nowadays, you can still make a lot of money. It just takes more time because you have access to accurate information, and with accurate data, you can make more accurate estimates, I guess, on where the price is going to go for a lot of these items. So it does take longer, and you can't really have a fun active flipping session with that in mind. So we are actually getting crushed right now from a profit standpoint. We're not really making anything. So we're actually going to rotate stuff around. We're going to try to get some profit coming in because right now it's just an embarrassing amount of money, and I want to make sure we're making, we're having a decent session, right? So anyway, I think that's about right. Yeah, okay. Kirbos says, "Hey yo, good to see you, Kirbos. Thank you for tuning in. The Tacits with a 96k margin. We can look at that. I don't think it's gonna be an easy one for us to flip, but we can definitely try. Just a super competitive item, right?" I missed those 8 mil LE margins when Soul Wars came out. That's the thing with RuneScape is if you are flipping updates, you're going to make a lot of money. Also, I heard they're doing the Deadman revamp, right? Does anyone know when Deadman is going to launch? Because anytime Deadman comes out, the margins on the real game get really, really good because we have less people trading in the real game. So there's less competition, which makes the margins a bit larger. I wonder if they said anything about that. I don't remember catching it on the stream. Doesn't look like we've had any luck on the Grazis yet. Oh yeah, that rotated right past us. Maybe we'll just avoid that. Still not a bad margin though. Kirbos says, I just started flipping today. So far, I've made like 60k off free-to-play items. Hey, Kirbos, it's a start, man. Build up that cash stack. You'll get access to flipping better items in larger quantities, and you'll be able to make more money. Congratulations on starting your flipping journey. And if you're not with us on Discord, you might want to join there. I can definitely help you out personally through DMs or whatnot and help you get up to speed on flipping, because I know free-to-play flipping can be a little bit frustrating, and I know the new players need a lot more help with learning how to flip, and then as you get experience, you understand more of the lingo and stuff like that, and you just generally get better at flipping. No luck on the Dragon Hunter crossbows yet either, which is a little bit sad. We'll do the Bandos Tacits. And yeah, okay, we're looking a little bit better now, which is good. We haven't really gotten our big ticket items to really do too much, which is a little bit sad. It looks like that Twisted Bow is actually holding pretty well, though. So I'm actually going to go back to it. Oh, wait, we don't have enough money to go back to it. That would be an issue. We'll try to get the Scythe in again, then. The Sail Lure is holding a good margin, too, which is interesting. I don't love the action on that Scythe, though. What should I do? That stinks. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just... I don't really want to wait for it, but... try to pull all of our money here. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's pull the Grazis, actually. And we'll go back on that Twisted Bow. The Twisted Bow is just a lot more consistent of an option for me. And there we go. He's starting to get the Dragon Hunter crossbows off too. Finally coming up on 1,000,000 GP, guys. My goodness. What a tough session it's been to try to get to that point. Maybe I need to be a little bit more active. We still have 341 mil left, though, so let's definitely put that to work. We're going to do the Imbued Hearts. I mean, they've just been holding out. We might as well try to give them a run. There we go. Clear up some of that cash, man. I love getting those sell offers coming in. It gives us more cash to reinvest into some more flips. Very happy about that. Now, we have some questions in the chat. We have Nathan saying, how long do you hold on to an item if the price dramatically changes? Nathan, that's a great comment, and welcome to the stream, by the way. It depends on the situation, right? So if you're overnight flipping, and let's say you buy an item for like 150 mil, and it drops to like 145 mil, right? Do you sell for the loss? Do you wait? Now, it's kind of hard to... There's no one answer fits all, right? If you could afford to hold on to it for longer, I usually recommend holding it and flipping with the rest of your GP, as long as you can still make a decent return per hour. If it's detrimental and you really need to sell it, then first of all, realize that you probably shouldn't have been flipping that item in the first place. And second, you might just want to sell it and take the loss and try to recoup your losses through other flipping methods. It's important to have a lot of money when you're flipping, because the more money you have, the more money you're going to be able to make. So you don't want to bag hold items for too long, especially if the position size is too large. And again, that comes with like risk assessments, risk adjustment, and things like that. I can make an entire guide on what to do in those situations. Now, Kirbo says, I don't have much cash, but I found flipping to be really fun. So do I, man. I love flipping. I've been doing it for 5 years on old school RuneScape, which is crazy. Dragon Hunter is 100k. I'm assuming the Lance is what you're referring to. Actually seeing some decent action on the Kodai as well. That's too many. Let's do like 5 of them. 4? 3? Okay. Sounds good. Ancestrals have some good margins. Yeah, I've been looking at some of the Ancestral stuff here. Surprised we haven't gotten any Twisted Bow action yet. Still waiting on a lot of this stuff. Anyway, guys, hopefully you're doing well today. We are trying to do our best to make some money today, but it has been a little bit tough. Jake R says, what's been up with them wild margins lately? Yesterday, I was able to grab an HEP margin and complete the whole 25k limit on blood runes. I was amazed. It was likely luck, Jake, but at the same exact time, we are seeing some action on the markets because of the Summer Summit update, and I think that honestly makes people start trading a couple items around, right? They're starting to speculate on what the update might include, and in general, a lot of stuff is reversing from a downward trend to an upward trend. You know, you can't say this is a complete reversal of the markets, but in my opinion, I would bet on it, because if Jagex is accurate about releasing that content on time, the Raids 3, then that means we have Raids 3 in, I think they said like 6 months. We'll have a Dead Man coming out, so that'll help bring people back to the game. And we'll also have those Wilderness changes, which they've been teasing for quite some time, which I haven't heard much about. So I don't know when those are coming out, but they're somewhere in the pipeline. Group Iron Man also will help, because that'll make less people playing the actual game. So the regular market will have larger margins in theory, but we'll see. And, yeah, these tacits, not really doing too great for us. Not going to freak out yet, but we'll sell those a little bit lower. Yeah, let's try to get those off really quick. We're right on margin for that Twisted Bow still, but yet we still haven't had any luck on it. Still waiting for the Spectrals, still waiting on the Kodais. We'll keep an eye on those as well. No luck there yet. Jake says the blood runes are near all-time high. Yeah, I mean, blood runes are like one of the most used runes, right? So, I mean, I think at least. I think they're like the highest traded rune. We did get that Twisted Bow, which is nice. It did look like the Twisted Bow was rotating down a bit, but we were positioned correctly to actually get some money off them. See if we can get this off. Anyway. It's always so depressing when you have an item that's just been sitting for so long. You don't know when it's going to sell. Not something I love to stare at. JCP says, I assume the Scythe will skyrocket by the time Raids 3 comes out if it's a good item against the bosses. Well, what I thought was really interesting is the invocations that the Jagex team was talking about specifically for the raids, because that potentially means that there's a lot of different options to actually raid with, you know, the boss being weak to slash, things like that. So you could go in using a Scythe or something like that. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what the best reward to, like, a difficulty ratio is for efficiency. And I think that's going to play a lot into it for what's actually going to be meta. And obviously there'll be meta for like the highest tier content because people like the challenge regardless, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect the economy. I kind of think a lot of stuff is a good bet. Like if you've been waiting a while to buy some gear, now is probably a good time to buy gear because the market's probably going to reverse. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that's just my opinion. Because Raids 3 will drive a lot of hype for the game. People will come back. People will start buying stuff. Have you tried out the new Arceus Spellbook add-ons? Cool new spec regen and Thrall spec. No, I haven't. I honestly do not really play the game anymore, sadly. Just more of a flipper these days, you know? Let's see. Where'd that Twisted Bow margin go? Let me see here. Twisted Bow looks like it might be coming down a little bit. I don't really know. I'm just going to hold this sell offer and see what happens. Tacit's still struggling on those. We'll sell them for a little bit less. Really tough day today, guys. Wow. I can't get anything going, man. Kodai's not working out. Try get those in. 87 million GP. Let's do... Oh, I got a great one we can do. That'll work. Can't do that many. And the Spectrals, we got to do a price check on those. Okay. And we did get the Tacits off, which is nice. I was kind of waiting for those to sell, to be quite honest. Floor Tile says, question, I know you're partnered with Queen Sarajas in Discord. However, his video came out the other day about him being hacked again. I find this so odd since he had two-factor authentication. Thoughts? Listen, like, you gotta trust someone until you can't trust them anymore, you know? I know people are likely suspicious, considering he lost his money before as well. I mean... I don't think he's up to any nefarious activity personally. I don't know where the gold went. I do find it's very weird if he had two-factor that he got hacked. My guess is he probably didn't have two-factor and is just saying he did to say his account was secured. My guess is he probably actually did get hacked. But again, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people have been thinking that it's illegitimate. I highly doubt it. Nothing makes me think it's illegitimate. I just think it's a problem more so with account security. It could be a user error for account security. I mean, I'm not going to blame the Jagex team on that. I mean, a lot of people get hacked and exposed because of, you know, other sites getting hacked and then the passwords getting exposed, and then people using those exposed passwords on other sites to actually get into accounts. That's a very common way people have accounts compromised. Wild Muffin says, howdy, Scape. Good to see you, Wild Muffin. Thank you for tuning in today. Really tough session today, Wild, man. I can't get anything going. At least we got those Spectrals off. It did take quite some time. We do have 261 mil in the stack. And we're still waiting on that Twisted Bow to sell. I'm really, really hoping that does not rotate down on us. I'm actually very afraid of that. We really need that flip to work out. Let's try maybe... I'm going to try something that we don't typically do. A little bit of an Inquisitor today, guys. We'll see if that works out, man. try, you know, mix it up a little bit today. Maybe we can hit a big margin on some of that Inquisitor, dude. Jake R says, been hard for me to get big flips going for me today too. Bulk was treating me well last couple weeks though. It looks like the high volume stuff actually has really good margins, so I would recommend flipping high volume overnight right now. Like, if you've got like maybe less than a bill, or even if you have more than a bill and you want to throw some high volume on there, give it a shot because honestly, it's been looking really good. Those imbued hearts have been sitting way too long. I didn't even notice. Rotate those around a little bit. The crossbow, maybe we need to up the margin on that too. Okay, I don't know why. Okay. There we go. The dragon knives have sold. Very nice. Let me see here. Wow, there's like a lot of really good margins on some of this stuff. Some of the Inquisitor stuff is looking really good right now. I'm almost afraid to flip it, but at the same time, like, I can't not try to flip that, man. How much gold was lost, says Kluska? I'm not exactly sure. I know his cash stack was ransacked, though. Overnight has been awesome, even with like a 20 to 30 mil cash stack. I know, like, overnight flipping, guys, is the move these days. I'm telling you, like, if you're actually a player who, like, enjoys the game normally, like, just flip overnight, man. You still make a lot of money. You said 7:30, never trust you again. Hunter, what's up, man? I thought I was going to be on a little bit later, but I actually was able to get on before and pop the stream. I'm sorry, Hunter, man. You could always do the infamous SGS. Should we rock an SGS? Let's do it. Just for you, floor tile, okay? Wow, that looks funky. Rage Virus, so freaking kind, man, with the 500 bits. Why? He's always donating, man. He's always donating. Thank you so much, Rage, dude. Seriously appreciate that. He says, Zip Zap, what is good this evening? Rage, man, it's so good to see you. We're actually happy to have you here today because maybe you can comment more on Queen Saraha's situation with the hack. This actually came up in discussion today. I guess we wanted to know, Rage, how much money was lost. I saw the video, but I can't remember exactly how much was lost. And I guess people wanted to know, his account security protocols. Was his account, did it actually have two-factor? What's the deal with that? Any more insight into that would be good. Was definitely some questions coming from my community in regards to that. Regardless, though, let's try and get some of these SGSs going. I'm actually going to list these in hopes that they're going to rotate down for us, and then we're actually going to pick some up for a little bit cheaper. We'll let that sit, man. Appreciate you, Dad. Oh, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Such a slow session today, guys. Like, it's so embarrassing, man. Like, 1.4 mil. 47 minutes in, 1.4 mil. I'm not happy with that, man. Let's see. Still waiting on this Inquisitor stuff. We'll see what happens, man. Arcane Spirit Shield ripping in price today. 154 mil. It's literally as much as a volatile orb, which is quite interesting. Looks like that Scythe is coming right back down as well. And no luck on the Twisted Bow either. It's a little bit sad. Guess we'll just cap it a little bit less. We don't want to sit on that much money for so long. Profit is profit at the end of the day. I know, I just have a high standard, right? And I want it to be, and then the instant build, like, it instantly sells. We lower it, like, literally 10K and it freaking sells. Like, sometimes, guys, like, sometimes, man. Anyway, we did get that off, which is good. We're going to go in on the Scythe. We're going to try to rip it through here. We got to get some profits in the last couple of minutes, right? So, let's go ahead and try to get that Scythe. Oh, it just updated in price, too. Try to get a little bit of a discount on it if we can, but we'll see what happens. Not super confident about the Inquisitor plate skirt. I think it will flip, but I don't think it's going to flip in time. I think that's the big issue. Let's cut that. We'll try to get another scythe, maybe. This is pretty risky. I'm going in for a pretty aggressive scythe offer. I also have one more listed for a little bit cheaper, so we'll see what happens, guys. I don't know. I don't know, man. The JCP World says, is RuneScape Wiki still a good place to get accurate margins compared to GE Tracker? Yes, they are both good, but I will say this. GE Tracker has a lot of premium features that I find are super useful now that the real-time prices have come out. Not only does it have more it's not more updated graph information, but it has more metrics on the graphs. You get small moving average, or simple moving average, and Bollinger Bands if you like those, but that's a little bit excessive if you ask me for RuneScape trading. But the average lines and the trend lines are nice. I also like the favorites page on GE Tracker personally, and I think features like that are really good. Also, they're like armor set creation tab that they have where you can see the profits for making certain sets. And now that real-time prices are actually a thing, that's super accurate, and you can get really good profits off that by monitoring it. But anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream today, please drop a like. It really does help us out a lot. We're at 10 likes. I'm hoping we can get at least 15 today. That'd be amazing. I know we're just getting back into the live streaming and just really, rebooting the channel a little bit, guys. I know we haven't been gone for that long, but I just want to get back on the grind, try to get all the way to our 5K subscriber goal. We're less than 100 subs away. So if you guys aren't subscribed over on YouTube, definitely recommend giving a sub over there. Now, let's actually cut back on the Kodai wands. Try to get in on some other stuff here because we did get a scythe. Okay, let's turn that around really quick. Wait, that's not right. I listed it for too high. Better than listing it too low, I guess, right? And let's see where that scythe margin ran off to. Okay. Okay. Should be able to get that pretty quick. Not a huge profit on that, but definitely want to take it now because we have not been making any money today. We've actually been getting crushed. Actually, let's be a little bit greedier than that. Maybe something like that will work. I don't know. We'll see. They basically referred to their blogs about account security. Oh. Dang. That stinks. Guess no help from the Jagex team on Queen Saraha's case. Dude, my throat is like dying, bro. Anyway. Hopefully, I don't got coronavirus or something, guys. Oh, no. That would be very bad. No, I'm just losing my voice, but I mean, I hope. I'm not a doctor, guys. I'm not a doctor. Let's cut back on the Ceratoma God Swords, too. Just not working out for us. We could maybe take this Scythe offer off and go for a Twisted Bow. The Twisted Bow is looking good again, sadly. We did hit that Scythe. Very, very nice, guys. I was super happy to see that. We'll actually keep that there then, and we'll actually go in for a Twisted Bow. This should be a really easy offer. I'm hoping to flip a quick Twisted Bow around, see what happens. What exactly is GE Tracker / is it free? Kirbos, GE Tracker is a place where you can look at item graphs for RuneScape, RuneScape items. So it's a really helpful way to see how the item prices moved over time. GE Tracker is free to use, but they have a premium subscription that's like €2 a month, I think. And it's really, really powerful. It gives you a lot of information and like useful stuff to make money in old school RuneScape. I think I have a video reviewing GE Tracker actually. They also are a partner of ours, so if they want to check them out and sign up for GE Tracker, we do have a link in the description below that you can check it out. And yeah, use that link and I'll get a little bit of a kickback when you sign up for GE Tracker. So do appreciate that. Word to the wise, protect yourself, stay up to date on regularly changing your password, and be careful what you click pertaining to old school RuneScape. Couldn't agree with you more. Rage Virus, man. Anyway, things are going decent right now. 341 mil in the stacker. Now, I'm really hoping we can get this Twisted Bow in again. I'm a little bit low on the offer right now, I think, but we're going to keep it there. The Scythe is potentially going to hit. I would be surprised if it does, but it's also going to make us a lot of money if it does. So we'll just let it sit for like the next couple of minutes here. I don't really want to go in with the 341 mil we have. I'm really hoping to get at least 3 mil on this session, though. So I kind of will be hoping for that Scythe to flip. Mies says, hi, man. How are you doing? Good to see you, Mies. Thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you are enjoying the live stream. And drop a like if you are, man. It really does help me out a lot. We are trying to get to 15 likes today, guys. So if you haven't smacked that like button yet and you are enjoying the content, really would appreciate it, man. Yeah, slowly watching these margins here, guys. Nothing too crazy right now. Very standard session. A little bit on the low side from a profit standpoint, but you can't win them all, right? Wonder if this Scythe is actually going to hit or not. It's hard to say. Already dropped the like. Thank you, dude. Do appreciate it. Mage Mize said, sub, man. Long time no see, Mage Mize. Good to have you back in the chat. Thank you for tuning in today, dude. It's been a while. I know. I'm reviving the... not reviving. That's very aggressive. Reviving would be like if I left the channel for 6 months, okay? It's not really being revived. I'm just getting back into the grind, uploading. I'm really trying to get to 5K subscribers, guys. We're literally less than 100 subs away. That is such a milestone for me. And then after that, it's 10K subs ahead, guys. Crazy, crazy stuff. It's going to take me a while to get there, but I do enjoy the process. I really enjoy the support that you guys have given me, that we've had within the community of flipping, and just how you guys have accepted me as a creator, because sometimes my content's kind of whack. Come on. We got to be honest with this. But yeah, thank you, everybody. Now this Twisted Bow, I'm feeling like we could smack one really quick if I just rotate up a bit. Again, really tight margin on the Twisted Bow, which is not great, but at the same time, we got to make some money, man. What's up, dude? Looks like you've been taking some sun. Oh, you've been away 6 months. Missed all this, also really passive. Oh, no, I haven't been away for 6 months. I was saying if I was away for 6 months, then that would be considered reviving the channel, but I've only been gone a couple weeks. And I don't think that Scythe's going to hit either. Holding a good margin, though. Andy 11 with the sub. Let's go. Dropping the prime onto the Twitch channel. Andy, man, I know who you are. Thank you, Andy. Do appreciate that. Thank you so much for the prime sub, dude. Really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, especially since we just had a bollocks of a session today. It's been absolutely brutal out here trying to get some stuff flipped. I don't know why we're having such a hard time, but just so many like tight margins today that I just cannot get around it. Man, I cannot get around it. Anyway, we'll get this Twisted Bow off. It's going to be a very small profit. Literally 2 Twisted Bows for 980K profit, guys. That's just embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to even show you guys that. But you know what? You can't win them all on the Grand Exchange. We are back getting used to flipping again, and we are getting back into the groove. So, balls of a session. Yeah, it hasn't been amazing. Lenti Boy says, hey man, all my gold is locked in one trade. Had to keep buying more stonks because it dropped, so I'm hedged in my entries. Oh my god. Oh, you have all your money in one trade? Yo, I can't, when it finishes, please send it to me on Discord, okay? I want to see what it is. I'm very curious to see what item you actually invested all your money into. I don't really recommend that, but there we go. We got the Twisted Bow off to get us to a 3 mil mark. Didn't really make a lot on that either. 500K margin on a Twisted Bow. Not really that great, guys. Not really that great. We'll cut back on the Scythe as well. We're obviously going to leave the Volatile Orb in there. We'll probably just cap this Kodai down for maybe like 100K profit really quick. Should sell pretty quick if we list for this. Yeah, instantly. Boom. And 3.18 mil in profit. Not the worst. Like, not terrible, but like 3 mil an hour. Like, I think we can do a little bit better than that in the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We're going to wrap it up here. 3.18 mil in profit, averaging about, it's actually not right because the session time is like 23 minutes over. So it's not actually 2.3 mil an hour. It's more like 3.1 mil an hour. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today. Really do appreciate it. Drop a like if you did enjoy this live stream. It really means a lot to me. We're trying to get to 5K subs, and I know you guys are helping me get there as much as possible. I look forward to the overnight flipping guide coming out on Friday. We also have a guide coming out on Wednesday for 100 mil cash stack. So if you need to learn how to flip with 100 mil, we've got the guide coming for you. We've also got the overnight guide coming. Then we'll have the item analysis video maybe next week, or maybe even this week if I pump it out. I don't know, but I've been feeling super motivated when it comes to content, guys. So let me know in the live chat really quick what kind of content you want to see from me. Also, let me know in the comments of my future videos what kind of content you want to see. I'm always looking for content ideas, so I do appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. Really do appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Join us on Discord, and I'll see you all in the next one.